The story opens in the Galactic Council chambers on the planet Nexus Prime. Representatives from 12 major alien species gather for an emergency session. The mood is tense and serious as they discuss the human problem. Commander Vale, a tall reptilian from the Scion Empire, stands before the assembled delegates. He presents evidence of human expansion into contested space sectors. The humans have been colonizing worlds at an alarming rate, building massive industrial complexes, and their military presence grows stronger each day. Ambassador Rex from the crystal-based Lumina Collective agrees. His translucent form glows with concern as he explains how human trade routes are cutting through traditional alien territories. The humans seem to ignore established galactic law and diplomatic protocols. The insectoid Queen Hera of the swarm nations clicks her mandibles in frustration. Her species has tried to communicate with the humans about territorial boundaries, but the humans respond with confusing messages about manifest destiny and spreading democracy. After hours of debate, the Council reaches a unanimous decision. They will issue an ultimatum to the human government. Retreat to your home system within 30 days, or face the combined might of the Galactic Alliance. The scene shifts to Earth, specifically to the human capital city of New Geneva. President Kane sits in his office when the alien message arrives. His military advisors, General Brooks and Admiral Cross, stand nearby as the holographic message plays. The alien ultimatum is clear and threatening. 12 species with advanced technology and massive fleets demand human withdrawal from all colonies. They speak of orbital bombardment, economic sanctions, and complete isolation. If humans refuse. As the message ends, something unexpected happens. President Kane begins to smile. Then he chuckles. Soon, he's laughing openly. General Brooks joins in, followed by Admiral Cross. The three humans laugh as if they've just heard the best joke in the universe. The aliens monitoring the universe transmission are confused and disturbed by this reaction. They expected fear, anger, or at least serious concern. Instead, the humans seem ... pleased. President Kane composes himself and calls an emergency meeting of the Human Defense Council. Within hours, military leaders, scientists, and politicians gather in the secure bunker beneath the Capitol. Kane addresses the room with barely contained excitement. Gentlemen and ladies, he says, it appears our neighbors have finally decided to play the game we've been preparing for our entire existence. He explains that humanity has been quietly preparing for this moment since they first detected alien signals decades ago. While the aliens saw human expansion as aggressive, humans saw it as necessary preparation for an inevitable conflict. General Brooks reveals the true scope of human military preparation. Hidden shipyards in asteroid belts, secret weapons research facilities, and advanced AI systems designed specifically for space warfare. The human colonies weren't just settlements, they were forward military bases disguised as civilian outposts. Admiral Cross discusses the human fleet. While aliens focused on building impressive but impractical vessels, humans designed their ships for pure combat efficiency. No decorative elements, no comfortable quarters for long voyages, just weapons, armor, and engines. The meeting reveals humanity's unique perspective on warfare. While other species view conflict as a last resort, humans have been studying war as an art form for thousands of years. Every human child learns about famous battles, military strategies, and tactical innovations. Dr. Morgan, the head of xenobiology research, presents her findings about alien psychology. Most galactic species evolved as either herd animals or solitary hunters. They lacked the pack-hunting instincts and territorial aggression that drove human evolution. This makes them predictable in combat situations. As the meeting concludes, President Kane makes the decision that will change galactic history. Humanity will not retreat. Instead, they will formally reject the ultimatum and prepare for total war. The final scene shows humans across the colonies receiving the news. On mining worlds, workers cheer and grab weapons from hidden armories. On agricultural planets, farmers reveal that their tractors can quickly convert into mobile weapons platforms. On research stations, scientists activate defensive systems that were disguised as communication arrays. The aliens intercept these communications and realize their mistake. The humans weren't just preparing for expansion, they were preparing for war. Every colony, every trade ship, every diplomatic mission was part of an elaborate military strategy. As the 30-day deadline approaches, both sides make their final preparations. The aliens gather their impressive fleets and prepare for what they believe will be a quick, decisive victory against a primitive species. The humans, meanwhile, smile as they load their weapons and power up their hidden war machines. They've been waiting their entire civilization for someone to give them a proper fight. The stage is set for the greatest conflict in galactic history, and humanity couldn't be happier about it. Asterisk. The 30-day ultimatum expires at galactic standard. Time 0800. The alien fleet, magnificent in its size and splendor, arrives at the outer edges of human space. Commander Vale leads the armada from his flagship, a massive dreadnought called the Star Piercer. The alien force is impressive by any standard. 12 different species have contributed their finest vessels. The Scion Empire brings their heavily armored battleships. The Lumina Collective provides ships that shimmer like living crystals. The Swarm Nations contribute fast attack craft that move like metallic insects through space. Commander Vale opens a communication channel to the human colonies. He expects to find panicked civilians begging for mercy. Instead, he receives a response from Admiral Cross aboard a modest-looking human vessel. "Welcome to human space," Cross says with a calm smile. "We've been expecting you." Vale is confused by the human's casual tone. He demands immediate surrender of all human military forces and civilian evacuation of the contested worlds. Cross politely declines and suggests the aliens might want to reconsider their position. The alien commander grows angry at this defiance. He orders his fleet to advance and demonstrate their superior firepower. They target what appears to be a small human mining station on an asteroid. The first alien shots destroy the station completely. Debris floats through space as Vale broadcasts to all human colonies, showing them the fate that awaits those who resist. But then something unexpected happens. The asteroid itself begins to move. What the aliens thought was a simple mining operation was actually a massive weapons platform. Hidden engines fire up, rotating the asteroid to reveal enormous railguns and missile launchers built into the rock face. The human trap springs with devastating effect. The disguised fortress opens fire on the alien fleet with weapons more powerful than anything they've encountered. Ships that took decades to build are torn apart in minutes. But this is only the beginning. Throughout the system, other civilian installations reveal their true nature. Cargo haulers drop their outer hulls to expose sleek destroyers. Communication. Satellites unfold into weapons platforms. Even the orbital solar collectors begin firing concentrated energy beams. Commander Vale realizes they've walked into a carefully prepared killing field. Every human installation in the system was a military asset in disguise. The aliens find themselves surrounded by enemies they never saw coming. The battle becomes a masterclass in human tactical thinking, while alien ships fight with honor and traditional formations. Human forces use every dirty trick in the book. They hide behind debris, use false surrender signals, and coordinate attacks with ruthless efficiency. Captain Stone leads a squadron of human fighters that appear to be fleeing the battle. The aliens pursue, thinking they have easy targets. Instead, the humans lead them into a trap where hidden missile platforms destroy the entire alien pursuit force. The swarm. Queen Hara tries to adapt by sending her insect-like ships in unpredictable patterns. But human AI systems, trained on thousands of years of warfare, predict every move. Her elite squadrons are picked off one by precisely aimed fire. The Lumina. Collective attempts to use their ship's energy shields to absorb human weapons. Fire. The humans respond by switching to kinetic projectiles that punch through energy barriers like they're made of paper dot as the battle continues. The aliens begin to understand the true scope of their mistake. The humans haven't just prepared weapons, they've prepared psychology. Every human in the system fights with a ferocity that terrifies the alien soldiers. Commander. Vale watches his magnificent fleet being torn apart by what he thought was a primitive species. His own flagship comes under attack from multiple directions. Human ships coordinate their assault with mechanical precision while their crews cheer over open communication channels. The aliens try to retreat, but discover another unpleasant surprise. The humans have been tracking every alien ship's engine signature since they arrived. Automated defense platforms, hidden in the outer system, activate to block their escape routes. What was supposed to be a quick demonstration of alien superiority becomes a slaughter. Half the alien fleet is destroyed or disabled within 6 hours of battle. The survivors huddle in defensive formations, trying to understand how everything went so wrong. News of the alien fleet's destruction spreads across the galaxy like wildfire. In the halls of the Galactic Council, panic replaces arrogance. Commander Vale's broken transmission reaches Nexus Prime, describing weapons they never imagined and tactics they couldn't counter. Ambassador Rex of the Lumina Collective calls for an emergency session. His crystalline form flickers with nervous energy as he reviews the battle recordings. The other species representatives arrive in various states of shock and disbelief. Queen Hara's compound eyes show unusual emotion fear. Her warrior caste, bred for combat across thousands of generations, had been outfought by creatures that barely reached space a century ago. The implications terrify her. The Council debates their next move. Some species call for immediate peace negotiations. Others demand a full-scale military response using the combined might of all 12 civilizations. But humanity doesn't give them time to decide. While the aliens argue, human forces launch Operation Payback. Admiral Cross leads a task force of 20 ships toward the nearest alien system, a Scion Empire mining colony called Keeper's Rest. The human ships move through space like nothing the galaxy has seen before. No running lights, no energy signatures, no communication chatter. They're built for stealth and speed, designed by a species that learned warfare from predators, not prey. The Scion colony never sees them coming. Commander Dark leads the assault. Force aboard his ship, the Night Hunter. His crew moves with quiet efficiency, checking weapons and reviewing target data. Keeper's Rest is a typical alien military installation. Impressive defensive platforms orbit the planet. Patrol ships follow. Predictable routes. The base commander, Colonel Vex, believes his position is impregnable. The human attack begins at 0400 local time. Stealth missiles, launched from maximum range, take out the early warning systems. The aliens have 30 seconds of confusion before human ships materialize out of the darkness. What follows is a demonstration of human military doctrine. While aliens fight for territory or resources, humans fight to win completely and permanently. They don't just defeat enemies, they eliminate threats. The orbital defense platforms, marvels of Scion engineering, crumble under sustained human fire. Captain Torres leads a boarding party onto the main command station. Her Marines move through the corridors like they own the place. The Scion defenders are brave but unprepared. They've trained for honorable combat, not the brutal efficiency of human warfare. The humans use grenades in enclosed spaces, fight dirty in hand-to-hand combat, and show no mercy to those who resist. Colonel Vex finds himself trapped in his command center as human forces cut through his defenses. He tries to send a distress signal, but discovers the humans have jammed all communications. "Surrender," Captain Torres tells him through the intercom, "and your people live. Resist, and we demonstrate why humanity earned its reputation the hard way." Vex has heard stories of human history, endless wars, genocide, and violence on a scale that disturbs other species. Faced with that reality, he makes the intelligent choice and orders his forces to stand down. The humans secure the base within 6 hours. But instead of occupying it, they do something that shocks the galaxy. They give it back. Admiral Cross broadcasts to the surviving Scion forces. "This facility will be returned to your control," he says. "Consider this a warning. Every attack on human territory will result in retaliation against 3 of yours. The message is clear and terrifying. Humans aren't fighting for conquest. They're fighting to teach a lesson. And they have the capability to strike anywhere, anytime, without. Warning: the attack on Keeper's Rest is only the beginning." Over the next week, human forces hit targets across alien space. A lunar research station goes dark. A swarm breeding facility is neutralized. Each attack follows the same pattern, swift, brutal, and precisely executed. The aliens begin to understand. They're facing something unprecedented. Most galactic species fight defensively, trying to protect what they have. Humans fight offensively, taking the battle to their enemies' homes. Dr. Gray, aboard the human intelligence ship Whisper, monitors alien communications. The intercepts reveal growing fear and confusion among the alien leadership. They're used to wars that follow rules and traditions. Human warfare follows only one rule-win. As reports flood back to Earth, President Kane meets with his cabinet. The first phase of human retaliation is exceeding expectations. Alien military capabilities are proving inferior to human technology and tactics. But Kane knows this is just the beginning. The aliens still outnumber humanity by millions to one. They have vast resources and thousands of worlds. To truly win this war, humanity will need to prove they're not just better fighters, they're unstoppable. He authorizes the next phase of operations. If the aliens want to see what happens when humanity stops holding back, they're about to get their wish. 3 months into the conflict, the galaxy begins to understand what they've unleashed. The Galactic Council chambers on Nexus Prime have become a war room, filled with desperate military commanders and panicked diplomats. General Zara of the Titan Federation presents the latest casualty reports. 12 alien military installations destroyed. 7 research facilities captured and stripped of technology. 4 major trade routes completely disrupted by human raiders. The numbers tell only part of the story. What truly terrifies the alien leadership is how easily humans adapt and improve. Each attack is more sophisticated than the last. Each victory teaches them new lessons about alien weaknesses. Ambassador Rex struggles to maintain his diplomatic composure. His people, the Lumina Collective, are energy beings who view violence as primitive. They joined the war expecting a quick resolution. Instead, they're watching their entire philosophy challenged by human effectiveness. Queen Hera reports the most disturbing development. Her warrior caste, after studying human combat recordings, has begun adopting human tactics. Some swarm soldiers now fight with a ferocity that disturbs their own commanders. The humans are changing how the galaxy thinks about warfare. Meanwhile, on Earth, the war effort has transformed human society. President Kane walks through the underground command complex beneath New Geneva, watching thousands of military personnel coordinate operations across dozens of star systems. General Brooks briefs him on the latest development, Project Deep Strike. Human scientists have been studying captured alien technology and found something interesting. Most alien species use energy-based weapons because they're clean and honorable. This creates a critical vulnerability. Dr. Morgan explains her. Breakthrough. Their shields are designed to deflect energy weapons, she says, showing holographic displays of alien ship designs. But they're almost useless against old-fashioned kinetic projectiles moving at high velocity. Admiral Cross joins the briefing. From his flagship, his task force has been testing the new strategy against Titan Federation outposts. It's almost unfair, he reports. Their million-credit energy shields can't stop a tungsten rod moving at a significant fraction of light. Speed. The humans have rediscovered the ancient military principle that the best defense against advanced technology is often simpler, more primitive weapons used cleverly. While aliens perfected energy weapons, humans perfected the art of throwing rocks very, very fast. Colonel Mason leads the next major operation, an assault on Nexus Prime itself. Not to capture it, but to deliver a message the entire galaxy will understand. The human strike force approaches the galactic capital, using tactics that would have been familiar to ancient Earth generals. They hide among asteroid fields, use sensor, shadows from planets, and coordinate their approach with mathematical precision. Nexus Prime's defenses are impressive by any standard. Orbital defense platforms that could vaporize entire fleets. Patrol ships with sensors capable of detecting ships from light years away. Energy shields that could protect the planet from direct stellar bombardment. The humans ignore all of it. Captain Stone leads the first wave squadron of fighters, carrying nothing but high-velocity projectiles and attitude. They accelerate to maximum speed and fire their primitive weapons at the defense platforms. The alien defenders are confident their shields will stop the attack. They're wrong. Tungsten rods, accelerated to incredible velocities, punch through energy barriers like they don't exist. Million-credit defense platforms are destroyed by weapons that cost less than a fancy dinner. But the real message comes when the human ships reach orbit. Instead of attacking the planet, they broadcast to every receiver in the system. Admiral Cross appears on screens across the galactic capital. Behind him, the burning remains of Nexus Prime's defenses provide a dramatic backdrop. Citizens of the galaxy, he begins, your leaders declared war on humanity. We accepted. You've seen our response to aggression. Now you'll see our terms for peace. The human demands are simple and non-negotiable. Complete withdrawal of all alien military forces from human territory. Recognition of human sovereignty over all colonies. And formal acknowledgement that any future attacks on human interests will result in immediate and devastating retaliation. We didn't start this war, Cross continues, but we will finish it. You have 72 hours to accept these terms. After that, we stop being polite. The transmission ends, leaving the galaxy to contemplate what impolite humans might look like. In the council chambers, the debate is no longer about victory. It's about survival. The aliens finally understand they're not fighting a primitive species that got lucky. They're fighting apex predators who have spent their entire evolutionary history perfecting the art of killing. Some species call for immediate surrender. Others want to fight to the bitter end. But everyone knows the war has fundamentally changed. Humanity has proven they're not just another species to be managed or controlled. They're the new apex predator in galactic space. And everyone else is learning what it means. The 72-hour deadline approaches like an approaching storm. Across the galaxy, alien civilizations face the hardest decision in their histories. The Galactic Council meets in emergency session, but the Grand Chamber feels more like a funeral parlor than a seat of power. Commander Vale, still recovering from his injuries at the first battle, speaks to the assembled representatives. His reptilian features show exhaustion and defeat. We must face reality, he says. We cannot defeat them. Perhaps we never could. The debate that follows reveals the true scope of humanity's impact. Ambassador Rex reports that human raiders have captured 3 more research stations, stripping them of technology and leaving them operational but defenseless. The message is clear: humanity can strike anywhere, take what they want, and leave their enemies alive to remember it. Queen Hera's latest intelligence reports are even more disturbing. Human forces have been studying alien military tactics and finding weaknesses that their own people never noticed. Centuries of military tradition had been dissected and countered by a species that learned warfare from scratch. The Titan Federation's General Zara presents the most compelling argument for surrender. Look at the numbers, she says, displaying holographic casualty reports. In 4 months of conflict, we've lost more military assets than in the previous century of galactic peace. And the humans haven't even deployed their full strength. As the deadline nears, something unprecedented happens. The 12 species of the Galactic Alliance vote unanimously to accept human peace terms. The surrender ceremony takes place aboard the human flagship Determination, orbiting Nexus Prime. Admiral Cross, representing humanity, meets with the alien delegation in the ship's main conference room. The setting is deliberately modest. No grand throne rooms or elaborate protocols. Just humans and aliens sitting around. A simple table negotiating the future of galactic civilization. President Kane, participating via secure transmission from Earth, addresses the assembled alien leaders. We didn't want this war, he begins. But since you forced it upon us, we've learned some important lessons about our neighbors. He explains humanity's new position in galactic affairs. Human colonies will expand as needed. Human trade ships will travel any route they choose. And human military forces will maintain bases throughout alien space to ensure compliance with the peace treaty. The aliens have no choice but to accept. Their combined fleets lie in ruins. Their military doctrine has been proven obsolete. And their leaders finally understand they're dealing with a species that views warfare as a natural state of existence. But Kane offers something unexpected: partnership. Humanity doesn't want to rule the galaxy, he explains. We want to protect it. And we've learned that you need protection more than you realized. Dr. Morgan presents her analysis of galactic military capabilities. The alien species, focused on peace and prosperity, have let their defenses deteriorate over centuries of stability. If humanity hadn't arrived, any aggressive species from outside the galaxy could have conquered them easily. The peace treaty establishes a new order. Humanity becomes the galactic police force, maintaining military bases and patrol fleets throughout known space. In exchange, alien civilizations provide technological expertise, resources, and scientific knowledge. Captain Torres, now promoted to Admiral, explains the new security arrangements. Human forces will train with alien military units, teaching them real combat tactics. Joint task forces will patrol border regions, watching for external threats. The transformation begins immediately. Human military advisors deploy to alien worlds, helping them rebuild their defenses with actual warfare in mind. Alien scientists join human research teams, combining their knowledge with human innovation. On Earth, President Kane addresses his people about humanity's new role in galactic affairs. We didn't seek this responsibility, he says. But the galaxy has shown us that someone needs to be strong enough to keep the peace. That someone is us. The war crimes trials never happen, because there weren't any war crimes. Humanity fought with brutal efficiency, but they followed their own strict rules of engagement. Soldiers who surrendered were spared. Civilian populations were never targeted. The humans proved they could be ruthless without being savage. 6. Months after the peace treaty, the first joint human-alien patrol encounters something that validates humanity's new role. Long-range sensors detect unknown ships entering galactic space vessels that don't match any known technology. Admiral Cross, commanding the patrol fleet, smiles as he watches the alien officers on his bridge prepare for their first real combat. Experience. The unknown ships are probably just explorers or traders, but his alien crew doesn't know that. Battle stations, he orders, and watches with satisfaction as beings from 12 different species work together with human efficiency. The galaxy declared war on humanity and lost, but in losing, they gained something more valuable than victory. Gained protectors who understood that sometimes peace can only be maintained through superior firepower. And humanity? They finally found their place in the universe, doing what they'd always done best, standing ready to fight so others didn't have to be prey.